Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth to Says Where Early Behave. It is a huge blessing to be alive, and then it is our duty to thrive being alive. I want to talk about how strong you really are. You are tempted to feel that you are weak because, one, the environment you have grown up with has equated humanity, that is being human, with weakness. They tell you, I fail because I am human. That's the first one. And then the second one, when you are assailed, when you are confronted by the challenge that you were meant to overcome, by the challenge that was designed to elevate you, you are so mentally overwhelmed and you feel that you are weak. It is like that gorgeous lady that is ideal for the boy. The boy goes to a diner and then sees this lady that is just a perfect fit for him. But because they are on the same scale, same level, there is this thing that hits him and he feels that he is not equal to her, that she is far above his league. If you are a man, if you are a woman, and you have ever felt such in the presence or while contemplating another person, understand one thing, that you are perfect fit. You are on the same level. But if you feel that you are equal to this, you are going to get this, and that you're being equal to this, going to get this, is not coming from a point of confidence. It's not coming from a point of, yes, this is the real deal. But it's coming from a point of, no, this is not so difficult, I can get this. It shows that that person is below you, is beneath your frequency. But you see, higher frequencies tend to dominate lower frequency. But when the frequency is equal with you, you are intimidated. But that is not the same thing as saying you are not equal to it. But when you surrender to the threat of intimidation, something has happened. It means that you have succumbed to the preachment, that satanic preachment that says that your humanity is a weakness, your humanity is an inferiority, that your humanity is powerlessness, and then you succumb. Then life becomes odious. It ranks of inferiority and a couple of other complexes. That is not the way you should live your life. The idea that you are weak is a curse. Do not fall for it. That's the first thing I need you to know today. That when you are challenged by that which seems sophisticated, by that which seems above your league, understand that it is your league. There is nothing that comes to your notice that is not equal to you. It may not be equal to you at the time you are noticing it, but let me tell you something. It is equal to you in the all-time perspective, because you are not small, so don't play small. Because you are not weak, don't play weak. You are powerful. And then, the other reason you feel weak is that you have learned, either by conditioning or training, to accept that you need someone to prod you, that you need to lean on someone's shoulders, you need to rest on someone's pedestal to be able to rise to any occasion. That is another disempowering belief. It is a lie. All the growth that you have ever experienced in your life, the really monumental growth, if you ever bother to take your mind back to then, it happened when you were mostly alone. Even then, you just didn't have a clue. But you were alone and you grew massively because there was no interference of weakness. There was no thought of weakness, no contemplation of powerlessness to hamper your capacity to grow, and you flourished. Somebody asked me, what are you talking about? And I'm answering you that when you were in your mother's womb, as a mere pen dot, you grew to become 4 kg. 3 kg. I want you to do the arithmetic. A pen dot that is almost weightless, that is almost sizeless, growing to be as much as 3.5 kg, 4 kg, some 5 kg at the moment of birth. In the space of 7, 8, 9 months. What did you do? What did you do? Nothing. You just stayed. You just opened up. It was a simple surrender to life. And you grew massively, thousands and thousands of times over. But when you started thinking that you are in control, when you started thinking that you could do nothing unless you were aided, your growth became stunted. The first time this analogy I'm giving to you hits me, it was when I read Robert Collier. People keep saying, how Robert? Robert is just marvelous. He's one of the few people in this world that blew my mind at the moment I needed it the most. When I read Robert Collier's Secret of the Ages in 2010, my mind just burst open. It was a completely different game altogether. When he made that analogy of you being just a swimmer, just tiny thing in that microscopic organism, you grew to become human. It's a feat. A swimmer that couldn't be seen except by the aid of a microscope. You grew thousands and thousands, if not millions, of times over to become that thing they call a fetus. Let's forget the zygote, the embryonic, all the stages you went through. You became that because you had no say in the affair. Your intellect had not come into play. Your ego had not evolved to become a dependency. Your growth was monumental. Then you came into this world. Yeah, people aided your access to this place. And from then on, people started being all over you. And suddenly, you lost that independence you had in the womb, where there was nobody around, where there was no social something around you. You lost everything, you became completely dependent. And the training that you had along with all of these experiences was that you need people, you need people, you need to depend, and it became the weakness that has dogged your life up until now. Not just your life, my life, everybody's life. We all just feel that we cannot do it all by ourselves. It is true, we need help. But primarily, on the inside, we are alone. We have to sort the issues inside. When the issues are sorted inside by your coming to the conclusion that your humanity is not a weakness but a monumental strength, that you've got the power and the vision to attain, that all is possible when you focus your attention on it. Listen, I keep saying this thing. Your attention is your power. My master says that attention is the outward expression of the soul. That is to say, when the soul looks out from the inside, from the place of power, from the place of immense opportunity, it looks outside. That becomes attention. The power of the human attention is unbelievable because it carries with it the totality of what that human being is. But people are not able to achieve that attention because they are distracted. They are distracted by the different level of reductive beliefs that change their lives all around. So the ability to focus that attention on an issue one at a time is greatly hampered. When a human being is confronted by weaknesses that are products of the environment, he or she or they believe that they are weak. Weakness is not a humanity. It's not a thing to be proud of. It's not a thing to settle down to because it is not your nature. Your nature is power. This is what I'm going to say to you right now so that this does not end up being a motivational video. You got to do some things. When you feel weak around anything, what I will say to you is contemplate that thing. Contemplate it, focus your attention on it. You want to take a leap You want to take a major step in your life, and then the sense of I cannot do it, it is not possible, it is beyond my reach shows up. What should you do? Look that thing in the eye. Just look it in the eye. Be focused on it. Do not judge that thing, because you are going to be breaking that thing into some parts. I need you to take that whole elephant and swallow it. That's what I want you to do. So keep your attention on it. When you keep your attention, remove your intellect, because that is where your fear of weakness is coming from. Remove your ego, because these are the areas where your powerlessness are coming from, because your ego is feeding from the identity of the environment that says humanity is a weakness, therefore you cannot do it because you're weak. The intellect is saying, oh, I have tried this several times before, it didn't work out, I don't know whether this is going to work. So remove them. You don't need them at this time. Go for the unknown. Let the unknown, the real you, contemplate it. So sit back, shut your eyes, and just put that image in front of you. Say nothing and let the time pass. Just do that and you see a difference. Is it a business venture? Is it something you want to write a book and you feel you cannot? There's that thing which I am not trying to be arrogant here. I've never had a writer's block. I don't know what it is like. People say they have it. Good. But I'm going to tell you now, writer's block is a weakness that writers experience. Right? Good. So what you simply have to do is shut your eyes and focus on that idea, because when you have a writer's block, it simply means that there is a communication on your inside that is telling you that you can't go on, that you don't have what it takes right now to do this thing. Yet, at your level of the intellect, you want to do it. But the ego is telling you it's not possible based on certain data. What I am encouraging you to do is to neither side with the ego nor side with the intellect. Don't take sides. These are the level of the mind. Cut through them. Focus on the task that you want to do. Let your attention be on it. That is to say, let your consciousness, the light of your consciousness, beam on what you want to do, and stay there. You will be stunned that even if it is 3 minutes, 5 minutes, you sat like that to contemplate that thing, you will be filled with immense power. That is, what has been a potential on your inside will break into a possibility. You will find yourself worthy. But let me tell you something, don't rise at that moment to go and start doing the thing. No. When you get to that point, it is just the beginning. Then, you see those things you feel, convert them to emotive expressions, affirmations. Begin to say them. I was born to do this. I was born to write this book. I was born to do this project. I was born to have this lady. I was born to have this man. I was born to grow. Begin to say these things positively. Alright? You can say them mentally. If you want to say them verbally, if it's okay that you say them, but please make sure there are not people around you, because at this point in time, the moment of creation, you have to be all by yourself. You don't need anybody to come into it, because you will have more resistance coming at you if you allow people come into the picture. So be all alone. Say these things until you feel so powerful that you even cannot hold yourself back. Then you can then stop and then step out to do the job, to do what you have to do. It will be magical. Don't let haste be a part of you at this point in time, because if it's a situation where you are in a diner or at a bar or somewhere in an office environment, workplace, mall, and you saw such a lady or such a dude, and you know that this is yours, and things are looking like you can't get this person, and you do that, don't be here whether the person will walk away or leave. It doesn't matter. If the person walks away and leaves, and you can't find the person better for you, it was not meant to be. But whatever was meant to be, it will be put to you by magnetism. Yes, talking about creating things, you can go ahead and start living the life of the dog chasing the elephant. You know, trying everything out because you just have to try, because you don't know. But you see, I don't want you to live that life of trying out everything. I want you to live a life of certainty, of assurance. You know that this is within your reach and you go for it, it is easy. Stop seeing yourself as weak. Thank you.